Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight on our news.
Opposition leader Dr. Hubert Minnis defends the BTC payouts. That story straight ahead.
A teenager gunned down in a neighborhood off Soldier Road. The latest on government's revamped mortgage relief program. Union leaders join the list of Bahamians set to march on Black Friday. FIFA officials tour the new beach soccer park currently under construction. Welcome to our news and thanks for joining us. I'm Christina McNeil. Topping news tonight, Free National Movement leader Dr. Hubert Minnis is firing back at Deputy Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis, who suggested in Parliament yesterday that Bahamas Telecommunications Company executives were paid for their silence following the controversial 2011 sale of BTC to Cable and Wireless Communications. Our Jasmine Brown has the details in this report. Jasmine?
That's right, Christina. The opposition leader called the Deputy Prime Minister's comments outrageous as he defended those BTC payouts. The issue was brought back into the national headlines yesterday after Golden Gate's MP Shane Gibson moved for the appointment of a select committee of Parliament to probe the 2011 sale. Minnis questioned the timing of that move, saying there are simply more pressing issues that need to be addressed.
This is nothing more than deflection. This is nothing more than distraction.
Making his case for the appointment of the committee in the House yesterday, Davis suggested that then Prime Minister Hubert Ingram paid almost $500,000 over the BTC chairman's recommended bonuses for 15 executives. The DPM says the BTC chairman recommended that they be paid just over $1 million following the sale. But today, Minnis claimed the Ingram administration paid out far less than what was recommended to the government by advisors KPMG and Citibank.
Their recommendation would have been way in excess of what they would have been paid.
As for what was recommended, Minnis declined to give a breakdown. However, he did say this.
I can say that they had recommended in excess of $5 million being spread among the individuals. And it would have been prorated based on their position, their performance, the workload done, etc. This was the recommendation. But no, the Deputy Prime Minister has a problem because we nickel and dime and brought it down and paid them less. But let that have been some foreign national. The Deputy Prime Minister and no one else in this country would have had problem paying the foreigner that. But that shouldn't happen, and it will not happen under a Minnis-led government.
Now, Dr. Minnis says he doesn't expect the matter will end here. However, he says the F&M will continue to defend its position. Reporting for our news, I'm Jasmine Brown. Back to you, Christina.
Thanks, Jasmine. Well, days after severing ties with the Ministry of National Security, ICS Security Concepts is speaking out on the lack of support the company received from government and police during the company's 6-year electronic monitoring agreement with government. The company recently completed a 30-day transition period, handing over the monitoring to successor Microfill Electronic Security on November 18th. In a recent interview with the Nassau Guardian, ICS CEO Stephen Greenslade said his company did not get the necessary support from government and the police. Greenslade backed that claim up with records of phone calls between ICS and a police station in regard to a suspect whose ankle bracelet needed to be charged back in 2014.
Yes, good afternoon. I'm calling from the monitoring center.
Go ahead.
I see there's
Young man with the ankle bracelet, what's your name? Yeah, here.
Do you have any extra charges at this
I don't know if I have any extra. Hey, honestly, y'all can put this in recording you. Corporal Jones, tired of y'all. This ICS is take away from the station duties. You hear what I say? You recording that? Yeah. When y'all bidding and y'all getting outbidded, ask this man to check that. Give me the old one. Check that, see if that working. And y'all supposed to do one next bid. Y'all can lose this bid, you know. You hear me, ICS?
I hear it, Joe.
In 2013, the Progressive Liberal Party government threatened to cancel the electronic monitoring program, saying it was too expensive and should have greater police involvement. ICS signed a 3-year, $2.7 million contract with government in December 2010. Today, our news spoke to employees who say they are concerned about the future of the electronic monitoring program.
It's scary. to be honest. It's scary. You know, when I say scary, I think about my family, my friends. You know, and because it would be shocking if you would learn the type of persons that you actually have on these devices and what they're capable of.
The electronic monitoring system has monitored about 2,500 suspects over the past 6 years and has been used as evidence in criminal proceedings, particularly in cases where suspects reoffend. Greenslade says criticism of his company over the years was both unfair and unfounded, considering the time and work that went into the program. ICS employees say the program needs to be handled carefully moving forward.
With a program that's so sensitive, you know, to be very careful, you know. As far as knowing the system, understanding the system, and even more understanding the person that you have on the devices, you learn, because you deal with them on a day-to-day basis, you learn the things they do every day. You learn to watch for certain things.
16 employees have been made redundant at ICS Security Concepts after the company lost its multi-million-dollar electronic monitoring contract with government. ICS continues to provide other security services in the country. In other news, a teenage boy is dead after being gunned down outside a home on Sumner Street. Police last night canvassed the neighborhood off Soldier Road, trying to determine what led to the young teenager's death. Officer in charge of the Central Detective Unit, Chief Superintendent Clayton Fernander, says police responded to calls of gunshots in the area of Sumner Street shortly after 8 p.m. When police arrived, they found the body of the teen who was suffering from multiple gunshot wounds.
At this present time, we don't know what happened here. As you can see, there's a number of houses here in the yard and persons live in the yard. We have officers who are doing some door-to-door inquiries to find out exactly what happened. They only heard shots rang off, and when they checked, they met the young man. He was lying on the ground at the rear of this yard.
Fernandez says the teen appeared to have died shortly after being shot. Police did not release the identity of the victim last night. However, they were in touch with his mother, who was assisting police in their investigation.
The mother came on scene. He lives somewhere in this general area, so we are speaking to her as we speak to find out exactly what she may know or how he got here and who he may have came here to see.
Police are appealing to residents of Sumner Street who may have seen or heard anything to come forward anonymously by contacting them at 919 or Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. Meanwhile, police on Grand Bahama are investigating the death of a man who was discovered in a Freeport apartment this morning. Police say wounds were found on his body. The victim, whose identity has not yet been released, was pronounced dead at the scene. Again, anyone with information on this or any other matter is asked to contact police. Well, government's mortgage relief plan has received heavy criticism after it failed to assist the number of homeowners the Progressive Liberal Party promised while on the campaign trail. With a rapidly approaching 2017 general election ahead, the Minister of State for Finance, Michael Halkitis, is speaking out. Giorgio Stirrup reports.
Last week, Halkitis revealed that 1,160 or 64% of potentially eligible borrowers were contacted by the banks to enroll in the revamped mortgage relief plan. This as officials at the Royal Bank of Canada of the Bahamas have already alluded the plan as a chance to get homeowners back on track with their payments. Halkitis says he is pleased to see that the revised plan is already helping homeowners.
As of today, we already have 190 individuals already enrolled, already receiving assistance under the mortgage relief plan, where they have had their loans restructured, their payments reduced. They're now getting financial counseling through the mortgage relief unit that we set up. And so when we go to the House on December 7th, I would want to give an update, and hopefully we expect that we will have even more individuals enrolled.
Alquitas says he anticipated presenting the plans in the House of Assembly yesterday, but was unable to do so due to a lack of time. According to Alquitas, the original plan did not yield the success that the government was hoping for, but he now admits that the need for mortgage assistance is far more widespread than he could have foreseen.
We made the commitment for mortgage relief in good faith. Early in the term, we sat down with the stakeholders, the financial institutions, and we came up with what we thought was a plan that could work. Obviously, it didn't have the success that we hoped it would. Many people had branded it a failure. They said we failed to deliver, but what we did was we went back to the drawing board. We sat down with the partners again. What we realized is that this whole issue of indebtedness, money that people owe, not only for mortgages but for consumer loan, was incredibly widespread, even more than we knew, even more than the banks knew.
Homeowners who need assistance are still encouraged to apply for mortgage relief.
We invite anyone who believes that they can be given assistance by the program to contact their financial institutions. That is, if your mortgage was 90 days past due as of May this year, 2016, if your balance is $500,000 or less, if you are employed, just contact your financial institution and they will let you know if you qualify.
Reporting for our news, I'm Giorgio Sturrup.
Thanks, Giorgio. Still to come on our news, union leaders support the march set for Black Friday. A look at how tourism is doing post-Hurricane Matthew, and FIFA officials inspect the progress on the new beach soccer park. That's coming up when our news returns.